Well, today's the day I'm going to operate on my echinopsis, and I'm not using gloves at the moment, but that'll change, believe me. I'm just severing some offsets from around the main plant so it's going to fit in its new pot a little bit better, and I'm using a sharp knife for this. Now some of the offsets will come off quite cleanly with a bit of root, others I'll just cut off without roots. They'll be left to callus for a week before I repot them, and hopefully they'll root and make a new plant. Now the pot I had it in before was quite deep, and the bottom of the pot wasn't drying out, and that's dangerous for cacti because it'll make the roots rot. So I've got a shallow pot. Here come the gloves now, and it's a wider shallow pot, so it should dry quicker. And in the bottom of this shallow pot I'm going to put a little piece of gauze, and that just goes over the drainage hole, and that stops the gritty sandy compost coming out every time you move the plant. I've got 4 or 5 good pups or offsets, and they're going to make new plants. And the main body of the cactus, gloves are going on again, this is going to sit quite happily in this new pot. I'm going to put some gritty mix in the bottom just to bring it up to the right level, but it does look quite nice in that pot at the moment. So I've put the grit sand in the bottom, and now I'm just going to fill around the edge using my cactus mix that I make myself from topsoil, grit sand and horticultural grit. And I'm just trying to get it nice and straight, and there should be room in this pot for the cacti to produce more offsets and future cuttings, future plants. So this is what you'd call a mother plant that I propagate from year on year, take a few offsets off and make new plants. And it's going to be a lot happier in this more shallow pot. Like I say, it's not going to rot the roots, and it'll dry much quicker. When you're putting your grit mix in, always give the pot a bit of a tap just to make sure that the grit sand has settled around the roots. We don't want to leave any air pockets, otherwise the roots will dry out completely, and we don't want that. And then once you have got it nicely positioned in your new pot, you can use your ornamental grit and put that around the top, and that will just neaten the surface of the plant up. It'll make it look really nice and decorative, and also it'll stop any weeds growing, and yeah, it looks really good when it's done. There is space, you'll notice, around the top of the pot for new offsets to form now. Quite pleased with it. I could take more off, but I don't want to spoil the main body of the cactus because it is quite a good looking plant. Put your label back in, and then it's looking quite happy. Nice new pot, not too deep. And then I've got 5 fresh offsets which I'm going to leave for a week, and then I'll pot those into a grit mix and they can root before winter comes anyway. Thanks for watching, I hope you've liked it.